Key and Peele. I never found them very funny. I always felt that they played on black stereotypes to entertain white audiences, but I walked into this movie with an open mind. I'm Abwon, and this is Before You Watch, the spoiler-free review for Keanu, aka the Cat movie. About to get into it right meow. When I first saw the trailer for this movie, I said, why would anybody want to name their pet Keanu? But then I thought about it and I said, well, you know what? Keanu Reeves did play Neo, and Neo was a character in The Matrix. And The Matrix is one of the greatest movies ever made. I'm not even being sarcastic. And it's my favorite trilogy of all time. So I said, you know what? I get it. I didn't know it meant Cool Breeze in Hawaiian either. So, all right. But I'm going to begin with the pros, and then I'm going to get to the cons. The biggest pro to me is the cinematography. This movie was not shot as a comedy. You know, sometimes you may be scrolling through channels, you're bored, you're looking for something to watch on TV, and something will just show up on the screen randomly because you're scrolling, and you don't know what the movie's about or the show's about, but it just looks like a comedy, and you're like, Gilmore Girls, like, nah, I'm not watching this. This movie isn't like that. This movie has that Bad Boys feel to it, and I don't mean the TV show. Bad Boys, I don't mean that. I mean the movie with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. It has that type of feel to it. Very cinematic, over the top sometimes, very dramatic sometimes. It was shot very well. Some scenes felt like a music video. Some scenes felt like dream sequences. It was shot really well. And as far as the acting goes, Key and Peele have excellent on-screen chemistry. You can tell these guys are friends in real life. I feel like there was a lot of improv in a lot of scenes. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just felt that way. And as far as the guy that becomes the owner of Keanu, which is the cat, I don't know if it's Key or Peele, it's a short one. I felt like the chemistry between him and the animal were good too. You know, sometimes animals just don't work with humans. I mean, you can't even pick up your aunt's cat sometimes without it like trying to claw its way out of your hand. So I thought it worked pretty well. If this movie had a dog instead of a cat, I probably wouldn't have watched it because I don't really like dogs, and I feel like there are too many dog movies out there. But if this movie had a dog instead of a cat, I don't think it would have worked that well. Another thing I liked about the movie was the soundtrack, the film score, the background music, whatever you want to call it. From the beginning opening sequence till the ending credits after its gag reel, whatever it's called, I feel like the music that they chose for their scenes worked. It worked really well. And there's a lot of music in this movie that you probably wouldn't expect to hear in a movie like this, but it's still good music. Also, there's a twist at the end, which I totally wasn't expecting. There's some cameos. The one I'm going to tell you, the guy that played Eazy-E in Straight Outta Compton is in this movie. So, and there's a female in this movie that looks really familiar. I don't know, man. I can't put my finger on it. I've seen her in something, but I can't put my finger on it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That wraps up all the pros, though. But the cons. This movie is 90 minutes of stereotypes. That's all it is. From the main character to somebody completely irrelevant to the story. They're all stereotypes. This is a movie that you would watch with, you know, your friends from the burbs while you drink Four Loko, and then afterwards, you guys will quote lines from it, and then they'd sit here and brag about how gangster they are because they watched Keanu, you know what I'm saying? Or they'd be like, oh, yeah, well, I can say that to you because I watched this. You know what I'm saying? There was one particular scene where they're in a strip club, right? And the guy's telling him, oh, you can't talk like this. And basically, he says something to the effect of like, oh, you're talking white. So the guy's like, well, how am I supposed to talk? All of a sudden, his voice gets all deep. You know what I'm saying? He puffs his chest out or whatever, and then he just starts dropping the N-bomb like crazy. And I'm not talking about Nicaragua. You know what I mean? So I was just sitting there shaking my head the whole time like, yo, I knew it. I should have known you two were going to go this route. I should have known better. And I was just sitting there the whole time. I'm shaking my head like, I really cannot believe this. I can't believe this. It was just so blatant. And this movie really isn't even funny. I might have chuckled a few times, but the only times that I really enjoyed watching this movie was when the cat was on the screen. That was pretty much it. I was there was a couple times I was about to walk out because the movie I just felt like I could not. I felt like it was unwatchable at some points. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is an hour and a half, but I felt like I've been here my entire life. I also felt like the story was just way too unbelievable. I mean, I know it's a movie, but come on, bruh. Don't insult my intelligence now. Like, put some respect on it. You feel me? Yo, you would have felt like Key and Peele were boinking this pet from all of the antics and shenanigans that these guys were doing just to get this pet back. And I'm sitting here like, yo, go right down to PetSmart and buy yourself another one, or just go to your nearest alleyway. Like, over an animal, y'all are doing entirely way too much right now. With all that said, though, I know there's a lot of people out there that are probably going to think this movie is hilarious, like knee slap hilarious. I'm tearing up hilarious. I'm just not one of them. So I'm going to give this movie a 5. I'm going to give it a 5. And I was about to give it a 4. But since the cat was adorable and a lot of the scenes were shot really well, I gave it a 5. You know what I mean? I'm not going to recommend this to anybody. I'm not going to buy it on DVD. I'm not even going to watch it on Netflix. I'm not even going to Redbox it. I'm not even going to watch it on Flixanity or Putlocker. Like, that's just what it is. Like, I watched it once. I didn't even want to watch it in its entirety. I don't want to watch it again. But if you do like Key and Peele, you're probably going to like this movie. If you're looking for something to watch, yo, just wait the week and watch Captain America. Just order something at home, please. Like, just watch something on TBS, man. The playoffs are on. Just watch that. Don't watch this. Don't watch this. In the end, I want to thank everybody for supporting. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Thanks for listening via podcast. If you are listening and you do want to watch the videos or watch any other videos that I have up there, just go to YouTube, type Abwon over everything in the search bar. That's ABWON. Like the videos, comment on the videos, subscribe to the channel, share the videos. You can put them in your playlists and your favorites, whatever. It doesn't matter. I have the branding watermark on all of them so everybody knows it came from moi. Y'all can't claim what I put out. So yeah, I got Captain America coming out in about 4 or 5 days, the review. I know y'all hyped for it. I'm hyped for it. And after all that is said and done, I'm out of here. Be good. I got things to do. I know y'all do too. Peace.